Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. From Studio A in Texas, it's hour number 2 of the All Things Automotive Car Show in Wheel Time. Just ahead, we continue our discussion about trailering and our new car showroom is the Mercedes-Benz Metris. I'll take you for a ride, and then after that, we'll talk with a Mercedes-Benz person to talk about a little addition onto the Metris.
Okay.
That I think that you'll really enjoy because it's camping season. I'll just leave it at that. Also later, our Jeep Trails feature, along with the stories making auto news headlines this week. All that and more just ahead in this portion of In Wheel Time, the car show. Together with Mike Out of This World Mars over
Howdy,
there.
Mom.
And with King Conrad DeLong. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us, and thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us. And a reminder that next week, our show moves to 10 to noon. Yay us.
Saturday mornings.
Sad for you. What time are you going to have to crawl out of bed?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. It'll be really early because he'll need to be here 2 hours before the show.
Well, he's got to get a hold of the Petticoat Junction train so he can get that
Petticoat Junction.
Get that train out of Hootersville over there.
Get that schedule going.
The little train moving down the track to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
But you got to whisper it. Ooh, it's Petticoat Junction.
And then there's Becky up there in the water tower. Hi, Becky. Becky Joe.
Becky Joe. And wait a minute, is that Don Armstrong and those Daisy Dukes across the track?
Way too much.
Just saying.
Okay.
Well, summer's here. Stay-at-home orders are being lifted, and you're ready to put a trailer behind your vehicle. And to gain more insight into open trailers, those without a top, we turn to Richard Tomlin with Apex Auto Works.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to talk a little bit about trailer.
Dragging race cars down to Houston Motorsports Resort.
And he takes them down to Mexico also. That's where when he goes racing down there in Mexico,
oh, yeah,
he uses the same setup. And what happened was we were talking about open trailers because years ago, we would go out to Porter. We had a lowboy trailer with the fold-down ramps we were talking about earlier. And that we would use to get there and how we would tie it down with come-alongs and all that stuff. And Richard said there's a lot better way. And that's what he offered to show us some quick things that would be a lot better.
We're going to talk a little bit
well,
about
let's talk to Richard, shall we? Let's see what he has to say.
Securing your car
Go,
for
Richard.
a 6,000-mile
you
tow
got to give
across
us
the country,
some sound.
maybe all the way
There
down
you
to
go.
Cabo San Lucas.
It's on.
In Wheel Time,
There's no
asked me to show you a
sound coming
couple
in
of
over
tricks
there.
and things we do that are a little bit different than what others have done in the past.
Well, let's
First one I'm gonna show
take
you
that
is
down for a
most
second.
people,
We'll get back
I think
to
where
it.
mistakes
All
are
right.
made is we
But at
tie
any rate,
cars.
Okay, you want to try it again? Okay, let's try it again. So we're having some issues, obviously, of playing back a video that that Richard did for us. And so, Mars, I didn't know that you went to Porter.
Yeah, that's where we went.
That's where I went.
Yeah, we would hang out there.
Wait a minute. I saw you. You were the little kid up there for the ice cream cones, weren't you?
Yeah, that was us. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was. She's got some stories. It's
She
funny
does,
to hear
but
her
a
say
front
that.
engine dragster.
Yeah, small block Chevy.
Are we ready yet? Are you
I
done
don't know if
fooling
we're ready.
around over there?
Let's give it another shot.
All right,
So
we're going to give it another shot and see.
Good afternoon. We're going to talk a little bit about trailer tie-downs, securing your car for a 6,000-mile tow across the country, maybe all the way down to Cabo San Lucas. In Wheel Time,
Did it
asked me to show
anyway.
you a couple of
So
tricks
we
and
talk
things we
about
do that are a little
open
bit different than what
trailer,
others
and
have
that's
done in the
all
past.
that there was back in
First
the
point I'm
day.
going to show you is
There was.
most people,
I don't
I think where
recall,
mistakes are made is we
maybe in
tie
the
cars
professional or
down
semi-professional
using
level,
tie-down points. Now,
somebody
those are
had
made for
a
the
closed
manufacturer and
trailer
used
with
for
a
numerous
car
things.
inside. But
What we have found is that
90%
by time
were all drug up there on an open trailer. Most of them had tires and wheels at the front of the trailer, raised up so you could actually slide the nose of the car up underneath that.
Right.
That went with all sorts of racing, not only just drag racing, but
But that was
track.
anybody that was racing cars. That's kind of what they had to deal with
Yeah.
because that's just where it was.
Well, it was the least expensive trailer you could get.
And we wanted to spend our money on the cars. Right. I mean, we blew up an engine every time we went to Porter. big
That's
block
good.
Chevys. I mean, we just couldn't 396s, 427s. We couldn't make them stay together. They were boat anchors.
Yeah, well, you were probably trying to, run 7,000 RPM out of those the stock crankshafts with two.
Well, the guys, Larry Netterville, our friend there, he was running a Chevy 2 with a small block Chevy in it. He would tunnel ram 2.4s. He was shifting at $8,000. Small block Chevy.
Yeah, but small blocks are designed to take a little bit more.
And
than a big
the big blocks didn't take that. No.
Yeah, because there's a lot more mass you're trying to move around inside there.
Yeah,
and you got to have some.
We were running Muncie 4-speeds with aluminum housings and stuff. We would just on thin things.
Maybe that's what we should do. We could maybe have some sort of nostalgia day, and we could talk about the way that it used to be. What was that?
Do we want to try this one more time?
Just go ahead. If it starts, then
I need sound from there.
Hey guys, good afternoon. We're going to talk a little bit about trailer tie downs, securing your car for a 6,000 mile tow across the country, maybe all the way down.
Yeah, it's the first time we've tried this, but we need to do something different next time.
It clearly doesn't work.
We need to do the recording from here, not on the thing.
Well, we don't want to get into.
Next time.
We're not trying to show our underpants here. We're just trying to be
new technology.
Well, that's a first for you,
guys.
Don.
I'm not wearing any underpants.
That's why we don't want you to show it.
Thank you. I'm not wearing any clothes, actually, underneath the table here.
Yeah, but when we used to go to Porter from
you
over
just
there,
ignored that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was like a convoy. We would take 3 and 4 cars at a time, and we would have a van and barbecue pits. Because out there at Porter, you could set up underneath the trees.
Everybody did.
Yeah, and it was.
Did they even have a hot dog stand out there? I remember getting soda waters.
No, we had to go down. We had to go into Porter itself to find spark plugs one time because we couldn't. We needed a new set of plugs for one of the cars that was running rich.
You just cook your hot dog. You stick it down there between the headers.
Yeah. And then back the vehicles.
I'm joking.
No,
I'm serious. It's a heart attack.
You could back up to the fence and just watch the cars to where you could see from the launch to see the return road. The cars came right. It was wonderful.
We didn't get there that early to find a place along the fence where you could park the car and sit on the hood and watch the cars go by. They had a very small, like a Little League baseball field stand.
Made of wood.
Made of wood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That if you slid on it, you get splinters.
And the timing tower was hand-built by somebody had 2x4s and the sheets of plywood.
Leftover wood from the hurricane, the last hurricane.
Yeah, that's just the way that it was. But, there was something charming about all of that. We didn't know it then. But that was the charming way. And this drag strip was cut out of the woods up there.
Literally.
It literally cut out of the woods. Yeah. That's all housing up there now, subdivisions and all of that. All that's gone. But, that was great stuff. And just the opposite of that was Houston International Dragway down off of 45 and Dickinson that had not a tree within sight. It was wide open.
But that was built in a swamp.
It wasn't a swamp. It was right off the freeway. As a matter of fact, if you go down to Dickinson and you see the Walmart over there on the northbound side, I believe that was the finish line.
Okay.
Yeah, because it kind of went at an angle off of
the highway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all of that clearly is built up.
And now if you want to do a little drag racing, you can go out to Baytown. They do Friday night street nights. Saturday and Sunday, you can go over to Houston Motorsports Park, and they do 8th mile stuff. Baytown still does the quarter mile. Houston Motorsports Park is all about 8th mile.
And I don't think that it's any secret while we're talking about drag racing. I don't think that's really any secret any longer. We're going to have Seth on to talk about. But I think that the current facility over there at Baytown, its days are numbered, and they're going to move the drag strip up there near Dayton, which is near Crosby. Out in that area.
90, Liberty, Dayton, all that.
Yeah, up there off of 90 and 99. And it's
That's
a wide,
shame.
no, not really. I mean, it's a much nicer area. It's wide open out there, freeway accessible. Just makes more sense. Because that area where the drag strip is now over there in Baytown, it is all becoming these massive, huge Amazon-like warehouses.
Industrial parks.
Yeah, industrial park over
Well,
there.
and then the housing and stuff on down towards Cove. All those houses are working their way up.
Yeah, and they're going to fuss because they're going to hear
Well,
the
they
drag
already
races,
are.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter where they go. When the nitro cars come, you can hear them about a mile away.
And speaking of trailering,
civilization catches up with
those 18-wheelers are absolute miracles on wheels.
Oh my gosh, they're wonderful. When back when Oldsmobile was involved, we had a lot of relationships with all of the pro stock drivers when they were running all those Oldsmobiles. So we'd go and we'd wear our Oldsmobile clothes and our hats and stuff. We get invited into all their trailers. Sitting in Mark Powick or Larry Morgan's trailer.
Oh wow!
I mean, it was literally like sitting in a real nice office complex. Had a little kitchen. They'd had couches, tables, chairs, and everything. You just kind of sit in there and relax. Especially in the summer, the late summer event when it was so hot outside. And you can get in and out of the into the air conditioning. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Most of those that I was familiar with back in my day, they didn't have sleeping quarters in them. It was strictly, there was the office up front, and then there was the crew chief's quarters right below that, kind of like a go-between between the office part of it, the lounge, if you will.
Very much a lounge, yeah.
A lounge. And then there was the rest of the trailer that held 2 cars at least, along with a body. We had at one time 5 engines, not including the ones that were in the car and the spare
both cars.
Mm-hmm. So especially those West Coast trips, that was a total of like 7 engines. You can imagine how much the thing weighed, despite aluminum blocks and parts for all of those engines.
And all the tools and all of the equipment it takes to service and maintain the car. I imagine some of those trucks were running pretty close to gross, if not over gross.
Always over gross, and that was the biggest fear, is that you'd be pulled over into one of those weigh stations.
Well, they'd drive around the way. They'd go 100 miles out of the way to drive around a weigh station.
Yeah, if you did that, you take the risk of going to jail. You can't do that. But, always overweight, and it was always a concern.
And their trailers are unique because, you think of an 18-wheeler trailer, and when you look at the side of an 18-wheel trailer, there's this big gap underneath it. In the car haulers, that gap was utilized for storage. So you ended up with storage from the rear axle, the tandem rear axle of the tractor, all the way back to the tandem rear axle of the trailer, and they would pack stuff in there.
Well, those trailers were actually more along the lines of a moving trailer.
Low boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
So there was really very little wasted space in them.
There was no wasted space at all, ever. Things were jammed in there like you wouldn't believe, but there was a place for everything and anything that you wanted in there,
hopefully,
including the awning that the actual crews worked on the cars, the flooring, the seating, and some of the more well-to-do teams also had a catering trailer or a client trailer. Don Schumacher comes to mind.
Forrest does as well.
because he took all of his cars, they were all lined up together, and in the middle would be a ginormous place to host all of the fans that were
guest sponsors.
Yes, all of that. And then there was,
and they still do that.
They do. And they're still cooking. They always had a chef, and it was really something to see, and the amount of money that was spent on all of that.
And not just at that uber high professional level of racing. When you look at some of the sportsman racing, they still do that. Stan's got a trailer that hauls his stuff out and about. The Emmons brothers have got a wonderful trailer that they haul their stuff out and about.
You get to a certain point, then you just about got to make that step up there to keep your
to support yourself.
Going.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dale Holquist, he's got he doesn't have an 18-wheeler trailer, but he's got a pretty nice trailer to haul his toys around. So, everybody needs to have not just something to haul the car. You need something to kind of secure the car and all of the stuff as well. So,
like our first guest said, if you've got a design that's something outside of the norm, we can build it. We'll work with you. We have designers. It's kind of like the whole truck setup that I always talk about. If you're going to buy a truck specifically for you and your needs. Make sure that it has the hauling, the towing capacity that you want. So you're going to get a half ton, you're going to get a 3/4 ton or more. And not only that, but all of the options that go along with it. Do you want the trailer backing stuff? Do you want air ride
the storage
suspension?
in the back? Do you want the lift kits? Do you want the wheels and tires?
Right.
The boosted stereo?
And axle ratios. If you're going to tow a lot, you want a different axle ratio than you want a
390 or 410.
Right.
Yeah.
So those trailers are very much like that. So at any rate, well, we filled all that time, didn't we?
Yeah. And Randy, coming up when we talked to Randy Borcherding, the modular aspect, he's going to have some interesting things to say about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think his is more built around a living quarters that can haul a car.
Modular concept, the way he's got everything laid out and the way he's done it. They've done some additional stuff to that.
Well, we're going to talk to Randy.
Here's a car hauler right here.
Let me see that. Who brought that? Is that Zekin's?
Yeah.
Well, play the other stuff. There's the lights. Oh, and
sounds like he lost traction right there at the start. the revs kind of jumped up a little bit and then came back down.
These are grown men doing this.
They're toys, playing with their toys.
Yeah. I actually have some as well, but they're.
Well, if you look at the other shot, you can see some of them.
Well, yes, there's some up there, but I've also got my 1950s ladder truck, and we also have the.
Were those yours when you were a little kid?
Yeah, I bought those with my allowance, 50 cents a week at the toy store. I've got more of them in the back there. Well, we could talk about that sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess my passion for vehicles, it's a lifetime affair.
Oh, absolutely. So is mine. As long as I can remember, I've been into cars.
Okay. Reminder that you out there can stay in touch with us all week long by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and through InWheelTime.com. Next week, don't forget, moving to a new time, 10 to noon, and we hope that you'll join us live on your favorite streaming service and social media channels as well. This is the In Wheel Time Car Show. Back after this.
Much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I guess that what we should do is just not play any of the PSAs or music or anything and just have a break where we talk about things that come to mind.
No, that's dangerous. Things that come to your mind are probably not things other people want to know about.
That's hurtful.
Yes.
Why would anybody say something like that to another person?
Because when the sound is off, the things we talk about, like I've said for years, we need to sell on a subscription service.
And I have to tell you, I have to tell everybody that I found that out the hard way back in the radio days when we first started all of this streaming and stuff. And the radio station, what a jacked up engineering mess that is over there at that radio station, because I will and am. Because, in my world of radioing, you turn the microphone off, the microphone is off. Not at this radio station. When the microphone is off, you think it's off. Oh, no. I was saying things that I normally say during our break that you don't hear.
Thank goodness.
We found out that was being sent out across the globe when Mars over here starts getting responses off of Facebook about things that I just got through saying. Well, tell him this. Ah! Are you kidding?
It was shocking, but it was also very funny.
No, it was not funny.
We were talking, and actually, we had some questions. Wonder what this means. And then people were answering us and telling us. It was like
thinking, how do they know this? The microphones are off. No, they're not.
Well, the phone microphones were on, I think, is what was going on. No.
Oh, no.
We just had the output microphone.
Yeah, that's the reason we started checking every program. We had the producer go check us and make sure.
Yeah, microphone's not on. Okay. I'm not even going to go through all the stuff that I normally would go through. We're just going to get right to the car review, the 2019 Mercedes-Benz Metris. 3 models, the Worker, like the Worker Bee, the Worker, the Cargo, and the Passenger. I got to drive the Cargo 135 WB.
That's 135-inch wheelbase.
That's I don't know what WB. I assume that's
wheelbase.
Is that what it is? Wheelbase.
Imagine.
I was going to say wide body. Because
no, I'm the wide body. I don't think that was a wide body.
Understood. Okay, so 135-inch wheelbase. This is called a special purpose vehicle. In our mode, it would be a van, a cargo van. 8 passengers in the passenger model. It's capable of providing. It has 2 versions of the cargo configuration. Exterior model changes from last year, none. First introduced in 2016. I've never heard of it before. Where have I been living? Under a rock? Apparently so. Exterior features, our cargo body had body color panels where the side windows would be. In a passenger van, has the typical Mercedes-Benz grille. You can't miss the fact that it is a Mercedes-Benz.
Right. It's got the 3-pointed star.
The Cargo, the painted bumpers are an option in the Cargo version. Otherwise, it doesn't have painted bumpers.
Just black.
Yeah, black. Dual side doors, that's an option to allow more versatility in the upfit. What I liked about it, the Mercedes-Benz look about the exterior.
Mm-hmm.
The size of it fits between a compact, like the Transit Connect, and a full-size van.
Like the Sprinter, which is the Mercedes big
so
van.
it's very different. In it has no competition, really.
Yeah, I when I saw it, I would say this is more if people remember the Chevy Astro, GMC Safari.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Safari size. Kind of a mid-size van as opposed
Interior
to a compact.
highlights, center dash pad holds the infotainment and HVAC controls, convenient storage throughout the front cabin, a stock-mounted cruise control, which was very easy to use, and I like that a lot. Cup holders on the top of the dash. I guess that's what they are. Little round circles. I think you could put you a little coffee up there if that's what you wanted
goldfish.
to do. Or goldfish. You could do that, too, as long as it had the thing that kind of fit down into it. Whatever. The cargo trunk room, well, that's what this is all about. It was a cargo van. What I liked about it, the cloth seating material and the fabric options galore. I also like the option packages. You can find or order specific to fit your needs, kind of like a truck. 2.0 liter inline 4 with a turbo, turns out 208 horsepower, which is a lot because it runs through a 7-speed automatic transmission, 250 pound-feet of torque. By the way, that transmission has 3 modes in it: comfort, eco, and manual shift. I thought it was
manual shift. That's interesting. I guess if you're hauling a big load.
Tow rating 5,000 pounds. Payload 2,425 pounds. That's a lot.
That's actually pretty good for a little 4-cylinder.
Yeah, exactly. 21 city, 24 highway, combined to 22. I got 21.6 over 238 miles. What I liked about it, the peppy acceleration and great transmission combo. Ride and handling, short turning radius on this thing, which I really did like. Base trim price $31,200. Price is tested $39,000. Base model price, the worker van, is $29,836. Competitors: Ford Transit Connect for $25,253. Ram ProMaster City $23,284. Nissan NV200 for $23,335. All of those vehicles are smaller than this vehicle.
Right. Yeah. And I loved it. When you had it here, went out and kind of stuck my head in it because, again, like I've said before, I drive that transit van. And very good size, lots of room inside. I love the dash and the seating area. I was pretty impressed with it.
I was too, and obviously I don't get to drive cargo vans very often. When I got it, I thought, well, I'm going to get a cargo van here. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk to our special guest, and that's Ashley Gillum with Mercedes-Benz. She's a PR specialist. And we're going to talk to her about let's just say it's a pop-up camper in this. Does that pique your interest at all? It should.
It's springtime. It's time to get out and about.
Exactly. So let's do that right after this. I hope. If I can get everything to play right, my big fingers. Sorry.
911, what's your emergency?
God, there's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would he do that? The train still hasn't stopped. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Let's just get right to it, shall we? Ashley Gillum with Mercedes-Benz. Hey, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been a date that we have set up for, it seems like weeks, hasn't it been?
I know.
I know. Well, hey, thanks so much. And she sent me some stuff just yesterday, I think it was. Yes. And I am so excited about this. It's basically a first new, modern, practical pop-top camper van based on this particular van, the Metris. And I'm so excited. When I saw it, I thought, well, not to talk about competitors, but I thought about the Vanagon, the Westphalia Vanagon from VW, back in your grandfather's age, okay? I just had to go there. So
he means his age.
My age, absolutely. New camper van built by a special company, contractor to Mercedes-Benz, and they're in partnership with a company called Peace Vans. Perfect. Peace, brother. Yeah. So I'm going to let you kind of explain this. It's got an elevated roof that obviously collapses, a cloth-type side to it, so you can stand up in it. But it's got a lot of other things going on for it as well. So tell us about it.
So I'm really excited about this product. We actually introduced it this past February at Chicago Auto Show, and people have just shown a ton of interest in this, especially now, as people are looking for kind of an alternative vacation option. This is a great tool for that, avoiding getting on planes and kind of getting away from people. The great thing about this too is, as you know, with the Metris, it's fully garageable. So you can drive this Monday through Friday. It has seating for 5, sleeping for 4. And then on Friday, once 5 o'clock hits, you can take it out to your favorite camping site, to the beach, wherever you want to go. And it's a vacation in a car.
Did you happen to put together some pictures for us of it?
I absolutely did, and I'll share my screen for those now.
Good, because I think when you see this, you're going to go, oh, wow, I remember those. And I would imagine that, this is certainly a vehicle that I think that a lot of families would be interested in, because you're not going to spend a bajillion dollars on a full-size motorhome, because that's what this is. It's small enough you can put it in the garage, as she mentioned, but you can also have good gas mileage, and you can use it during the week. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the major benefits here, again, is just that you can drive this Monday through Friday to work, picking the kids up from soccer practice. Obviously, there's lots of cargo space involved. And then, as I said before, just take it along with you. So I'm going to share this.
Yeah, try it again. My bad. I think I'm set now.
Yep.
There you go. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So.
All right. So let me make this full screen. So you can see here, it has the pop top. It has an optional roof rack. So you see they got the surfboards up there. You got the bike racks here in the back, but it is very much still true to just being the Metris.
Well, and what a great little vehicle. I love the 200 horsepower turbocharged engine. There has no turbo lag whatsoever, and the 7-speed automatic transmission makes it feel like it's even got more horsepower than that.
Oh yeah.
So is this something that you buy a mattress and send off to get upfitted, or is this going to be something that
This
the
is
dealer?
the first time we've done it all through Mercedes-Benz. So the really cool thing about this is that the warranty still applies.
So the
that's a 3-year, 36,000 warranty. Because usually, if you buy it and take it to an aftermarket shop to get it upfitted, the warranty
All that goes away.
Yes, exactly.
And while you run through the pictures there, I wanted to mention to everybody it has options including off-grid power and integrated solar panels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Upgraded audio navigation features, various personalization options. Pop-up camper can be wrapped in any one of 200 available colors. 8-foot awning for shade and rain protection.
I love the awning. I can see that in the picture.
Yeah, you can see that here, absolutely.
Mosquito bug screens for the rear hatch and sliding doors. Tent that quickly attaches to the rear lift gate for added space and privacy. Roof racks, as you mentioned, for hauling surfboards. And a pull-out rear kitchen. I'm in. Bring it down. Put it in the press fleet.
Pull-out rear kitchen.
We're working on it now. It's on the East Coast, so it'll come to your side soon enough.
We're so excited. So what do we do? Do you have to go to the Mercedes-Benz dealer
you go to your local Mercedes-Benz Vans dealer, and what they do is they go ahead and set up your order, any customization options you want, and they send that to our master upfitter partner, Driverge. And so they're actually based in Charleston. So our factory is in Charleston as well. So they're just kind of sending the mattresses over to them, makes it really simple. And they work with you individually on your timeline. So they're able to update you. And they said the turnaround time is about 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
They have everything up and running. Yeah. So
and it's delivered through the dealer.
Correct.
So everything, all of this upfit can be put into the basic financing that you're doing for the vehicle as well.
Exactly.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah. Do you have an MSRP starting price for this thing?
Not finalized, but it will be in the low $70K range.
Wow.
Fully upfitted.
Well, I mean, that's for an RV. I mean, you're talking about an RV that you can drive daily, not just something that you got to build a special garage for and park on the side of the house.
Absolutely.
I'm in. I'm all in. Yeah, absolutely.
And that you can use for your daily life and not just use for your road
trips.
Yeah.
You send it down here, and we'll take it out to the beach just like here, and we'll get you some
No, you take it to the beach. I'm going to take it to the forest.
Pictures. Okay.
Well, the other thing about this is when it's all contracted and packed up, it fits in your garage. You know, so many of these other things, you got to build some kind of an awning or something out in your side yard, and some places aren't going to allow you to
have
do
another
that.
lot next door.
Right, or pay for it in a storage unit. This is something you can park in the garage.
See, you got a fire pit and everything. This is what I'm talking about. I don't see an ice cooler,
this is
but
with
that's
the top down, so you can really see that it is still a true mattress van. And I have some photos of the interior here too. So a cool feature is that the 2 front seats swivel 180 degrees. And there's actually a standard table as well that sits under the back seat. And you just pull that out and you can have a meal, you can play cards, but it creates a nice little kind of living room feel of an area. So you see back here, this is the bed folded down. And the size of this bed is between a full and a queen size. So it's actually pretty large here. But once you're driving, obviously you flip the seats back forward and you can lift that up and you can fit 3 people on that bench back there.
I love this. I love the swivel front seats. That's cool.
Yeah.
What am I showing here? Is this the tent for the back?
Yes. So this is the pop top.
Oh, this is the pop top.
The pop top. Yes. So this is a twin size bed up here. It's a 2-inch memory foam mattress. You see, you got the 3 windows here, so you have a nice view as you're camping out. You also have little USB ports right here and here in the corners. And so there's actually a second battery that comes standard on the mattress that helps you to power your devices or anything else you need.
Ash, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you borrowed this and taken it out for the weekend?
I have not yet. I did sit in it for a long time at Chicago Auto Show, and I will say I very easily could have taken a nap in there.
You've got your name on the wait list for a weekend or a week?
Oh yes.
Yeah, you got to know what you got to experience the product so you really know how to talk about it.
That's right. And if you need any help with your boss, just tell him to call me and we'll put in an order for you, okay? And that's of course after you get it, then we get it.
Yeah, we got to check it out too and make sure everything's good.
And like you said, this is at a Mercedes dealership that sells the vans.
Exactly.
Not all Mercedes dealerships sell the vans and commercial vehicles. And I think the play is if they sell AMG, they don't sell vans. If they sell vans, they don't sell AMGs. Is that correct?
I've seen it mixed sometimes. There's Atlanta Classic Center here in Georgia that sells the AMG bins and vans as well.
We need an AMG van.
Well, yeah, that'd work. But you don't expect – do you expect dealers to order some of these to show customers already kind of spec'd out, or do you think this is purely going to be a custom order item?
I think we'll see a little bit of both. I think starting off, it'll be more of a custom order just so we can get a feel for kind of how many people are looking to buy this.
Yeah, I think the smart dealer is going to have one in stock just to show people what it can do.
Yeah, because it'd be hard to explain really what it is.
Be able to keep that in stock. Are you kidding me? Ashley, we got to go. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure working with you on this little project. And next time, give us some more projects to work on, and you and I will make it happen.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Ashley Gillum with Mercedes-Benz. Hey, thanks for checking us out. In Wheel Time is streamed on Facebook and YouTube and is broadcast every Saturday in Houston on ESPN 97.5 FM.